I got some talking to do about this Yankees team. They're in trouble. The New York Yankees have issues. And I know we're just a few games into the year, but the Yankees have issues. They have offensive issues. They even have some pitching issues. And then you lose a series to the Baltimore Orioles. So let's start with this offense because this team is built around offense. This team is built around outslugging you, just hitting more homers than you and scoring more runs than you, quite frankly. What are you going to get from the pitching? Well, we just hope it's good enough to support our great offense. The offense has been awful, and it needs to be called out. They're way too talented for this to happen. Let's talk about some of these guys in the lineup. Okay? Aaron Judge. This team revolves around Aaron Judge. Okay? And he's up for a new contract. He wants a contract extension. He's hitting .257 with 1 home run, 1 RBI. We're 10 games into the year. That can't be happening. And Aaron Judge has been better than a lot of these guys offensively. Josh Donaldson, new pickup. Batting .200, 1 home run on the year. Giancarlo Stanton, .263 with 2 home runs. So, I mean, is that what you'd expect from Giancarlo Stanton? I don't know. To this point, you'd probably want a little bit more, but fine, right? Fine. Let's keep going with this offense. Anthony Rizzo, they pick up to be their first baseman. The first baseman that they wanted Freddie Freeman, they wanted Matt Olson, they get Anthony Rizzo. He's batting .212. You just start looking through this lineup, and what are we seeing here? Who's producing? Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the shortstop that they traded for. He's batting .214, 0 home runs, 0 RBIs. Okay? Then you have Joey Gallo. He's batting .138, 0 home runs, 0 RBIs. Gleyber Torres, .161, 1 home run. This is their lineup we're talking about. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Joey Gallo, Josh Donaldson. These are the big names. And only a couple of them are even hitting well over 200. 200's the Mendoza line. I'm a believer in this team and this offense. This is unacceptable. The offense has to be better. I know we're 10 games in, and you can say all you want that this is an overreaction. You got to do better than this. This offense is way too talented. This team is led by their offense, and those are the numbers that are being put up so far. Then you go to look at the pitching. The pitching has been their savior because of guys like Nestor Cortez, Jordan Montgomery. Garrett Cole is the highest paid pitcher on the planet, and he has a 5.59 ERA. He hasn't been his dominant self. The Yankees need him to be his dominant self. So I know we're 2 starts in, but this goes back to last year at the end of the year. He wasn't great then. I think Garrett Cole is really good. He throws 100 miles an hour with a 92 mile an hour slider. But he's the guy at the top of this New York Yankees rotation. Aroldis Chapman in the back end of the bullpen. Their closer. I mean, you have no confidence in him. None at all. Producer Conrad, I don't know how much New York Yankees you've watched this year, but when you see right now Aroldis Chapman coming into a game, does that exude like, oh, this game's over?
No, I mean, we saw it against the Blue Jays, too, in the final game of that series. Up 3-0, top of the 9th, bases loaded. He walked, the bases loaded.
He walks everybody.
Then they had to pull him.
Yeah, and that's what happened the other day against the Orioles. He comes in, walks in the game-winning run. It wasn't his run that he had walked in. Other pitchers got him on base, but he had to bring him in, and he doesn't get the job done. I'm watching games that he's pitching in. There's pitches that aren't even close. You know the movie Bull Durham, where Nuke LaLoosh hits the mascot? It's like that's how much he's missing the strike zone by sometimes. This is Aroldis Chapman. He's the closer of the New York Yankees. He's got to be better. And then they go into a series against the Baltimore Orioles. One that it's not a must win. We're early in the year. They're fine. But they're losing a series to the Baltimore Orioles in ugly fashion by not scoring any runs. I mean, they are just not scoring. They get shut out in a game. They lose that game that Aroldis Chapman walked in a run 2-1. It's ugly. The Yankees have been held scoreless by the Orioles in 25 of the 28 innings played so far this series at Camden Yards. 25 of 28 innings. This offense that has star power for days. What is going on there? I don't know. But they have to be better. This tweet, the Yankees are frankly lucky they didn't get swept. Pretty shameful weekend of baseball. So much for taking advantage of the lowly O's. You know, the Yankees last year were pretty vocal about we need to upgrade at shortstop. You know, we don't think Gleyber is the shortstop that we need. We need to upgrade. So now we're 10 games into the year. And then you have Gleyber Torres pinch hitting in a game for the shortstop that you traded for, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Gleyber Torres pinch hits for him and then goes and plays shortstop. Look, I do believe that this Yankees team has the ability to get hot, and I'm not saying that they're not going to be a good team this year. The Yankees will get hot at some point. They will go on a tear. That's what they've been doing for the last few years. But what I'm saying is that stretches like this, losing a series to the O's, having your offense go through this is unacceptable. Yes, you will get hot. You will go through a stretch. You will be fine. But this is why you can't win in the playoffs, because a team is built like this, and you're obviously going to go through a stretch like this at some point. The playoffs are about just beating everybody for over the course of a month. Are you confident in this lineup to do that? They're going to get hot for a couple games. Man, look, plain and simple, the New York Yankees have to be better. You have a high payroll. You are the New York Yankees. You can't be doing this. You can't have your offense be doing this. You can't have the back end of your bullpen. It's got to be better. It's got to be better. They're too good. They're just too good. That's on the Yankees. I was heated. I'm heated watching them. My voice is cracking talking about them.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.